The devil of Hell's Kitchen. The smart-ass detective.
We got a problem?
The righteous ex-con.
My bad.
And the kid with a glowing fist.
Yes, I want you to be.
The more connections you have, the easier it will be to break you.
You look like an idiot.
It's your scarf.
Hey guys, it's Woody here, or well, welcome to another review. Today we are here with the Defenders series review. Now in my book, this was another win by Netflix and Marvel Studios, and there's been a lot of fallout lately because of, and a lot of confusion because of Disney's decision to pull out of their deal with Netflix. So that means all the Disney and all the MCU movies will be taken off of Netflix next year. But have no fear. For any of you that were wondering, the Netflix series will continue on Netflix. And yeah, I'm really excited about that. So just wow, this series, where do I begin? So we got to see 4 shows. It started with Daredevil. We got to see Jessica Jones, see Daredevil season 2, dive deeper into Daredevil's story. Then we experienced the Harlem story with Luke Cage. Got to see Iron Fist get even deeper into the Hand, deeper than we got in Daredevil. So this basically has come full circle. This is just this building story that I believe has come to an end, to a culmination in Defenders. So I feel like all this has been building up to Defenders, and Defenders was the big finale. I think it was awesome, and obviously it will continue on, but Marvel did the phases, and the Avengers ended off phase 1 of the Marvel movies. And so this is the way I look at it, with the Defenders being the end of phase 1 of the Netflix series. And obviously they're not going to be calling it that, but this was the end, in my opinion, of a big story that has been ongoing. And what was cool was we got introduced to the Hand in Daredevil. We got introduced to Matt Murdock, Foggy, Karen, Madame Gao. In Jessica Jones, we got introduced to her, Malcolm, Jerry Hogarth, Trish Walker. And then in Luke Cage, we got introduced to himself. We got Misty Knight. And in Iron Fist, we got him and Colleen. And then, of course, Claire Temple being the intermediate, the one who is in every single one, kind of the Coulson or Nick Fury of these Netflix series. And I thought that was cool. Even though these shows were very tightly knit and connected, and that's what's so cool, that they can do that since it's TV. They don't have to worry about too much of the whole movie contract type stuff. So that's nice, since it's TV and you can pull on some characters for cameos or some such. Anyway, we got to see more of the Hand and Iron Fist. Then in Defenders, it culminated. All these people brought all these people from each series to one. And I think what's cool is it basically started off as each series ended. So, let's see. Daredevil season 2 ended with, him dealing with the loss of Elektra, and him and Foggy aren't working together anymore, and him and Karen had kind of started a romance, and it kind of picks up with those different ideas. Jessica was just, she's still an alcoholic and all that, just kind of struggling to get by. Her apartment is still a piece of junk. Luke Cage was in prison at the end of season 1, and picks up right there in prison. At the end of Iron Fist, Danny and Colleen went off to explore, to look for the Hand, picked up right there. And then it kind of slowly, in the first few episodes, brings them together. And I think that was what was so cool. It was basically, after seeing all these solo outings, the only interaction we got between the Defenders before this was between Jessica and Luke, and they joked about that in this series, which I thought was great. But it all ties together and they start to interact and all that, and all of their stories from their individual series get weaved into one here. We see lots of memorable faces on the villain side as well. But like I said, I thought it was really cool how they each brought a piece of their show into this one show, and it all kind of got put together. It was like, in a similar way, a much toned down way though, but it had kind of the likes of when we first saw in 2012 the Avengers assembling on screen. And I say every now and then that, you know, that feeling of excitement can only be felt once. You know, Avengers Age of Ultron didn't have that same magic. I thought it was a good movie. Some people didn't, but it was a great sequel, I thought, but it didn't have that same magic. And a lot of people say that with Guardians too. We experienced that with this. This is the first time that we saw them coming together, bringing the whole Netflix arc full circle with the hand. So it was a really cool feeling. And so I'm hoping that we do get a season 2 of Defenders at some point. And when that does happen though, it will not be the same type of magic that we just witnessed in this one. But if you guys haven't seen Defenders, I highly recommend it. Do yourself a favor though and watch all the other shows first. Don't get too rushed. If you just heard about this and be like, oh, let's watch that, don't hop on it until you've seen Daredevil seasons 1 and 2, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and if you have time, Iron Fist. That's the cool thing though. I know a lot of people didn't enjoy Iron Fist, and I did enjoy it, but for those who skipped it, in Defenders, it basically gives a summarized explanation for you. Anyway, that was all I had to say. Spoiler-free review for the Defenders. I will be making a spoilery type review, digging into some things you may have missed. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Watch Defenders. And I can't wait for Punisher. Got that awesome teaser at the end of it. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.